Welcome back. We're now on the second test ride after downloading the final calibration 2-to-1 exhaust to the bike, and we've done a couple of miles so far on this map, and all I can say is brilliant. Bike's a lot smoother in every gear, and decel pop, we are down 90% I reckon at least, and all you've got now is what you'd expect from your Harley with any combination of exhaust. So altogether I think we've achieved something there, and we'll just get it out onto a little bit more open road, just go through them gears for you. So currently third gear, 2000 RPM, and absolutely no lag at all. Absolute beauty, pulling like a steam train. So I think for round town on your sporty with this exhaust, you're not going to get into higher gears. Third gear's about your tops, but you don't need any more. Second gear, seat of the pants stuff, that really is. That's a massive difference to the slip-ons on the OEM headers. Idle so much smoother now as well. It's a beautiful rumble, but when she opens up, people know you're coming. I think the TBR does has its own, it has its own signature sound. You know, and if you can hear that, you'll always have that decel on second anyway, but third, fourth now, I mean, no, you can tell the difference from when she gathered the data on the ride out the other night. She got better and better as the ride went on. But she's just humming along now. Wants to pull you along all the time. So another nice day here in the UK. It's quite chilly today though. It's about, I think, 11 degrees tops. A little bit of spring warmth off the sun, but we've got a bit of a winter wind, so the wind chill is actually quite cold. And I believe we're heading into it's about 16 degrees at the end of next week, so at last some warmth on your back while you ride. But yeah, I'm loving the tone that's giving now. Personally, I don't think there's any more we need to do on that map install. I think we can finalize that right here. So for those of you with any problems after your fitment of a 2-to-1 to your sporty, and you need a map to load up, and you've got the now let's pull over here a minute, and then run a couple of things over with you. Okay, cert tuner, set tuner, Screaming Eagle race tuner, Screaming Eagle street tuner. Exactly the same thing, two different products. Okay, so if you've got the orange box, Screaming Eagle race tuner. If you've got the black box, Screaming Eagle street tuner. Important issues, well, not that important, but the issues you'll have with that is you need the right software, and that coincides with the VCI on your that you have with your bike. Okay, so just a little important thing to remember. And you can't plug an orange box one if you've got the street tuner software on your laptop or PC. So this map will only be for any of you with the orange box, the race tuner box, so bear that one in mind. But you can use the figures if you want, the comparison tables, and change those to the on the VE tables and whatever if you have the black box. So I can still put the information up there, and then you can do that yourself, but you can only load up the information I've got if you've got the Race Tuner Pro. So even that now, the bike just seemed to start up a lot easier. And if you can hear that now, the idle of that. Is just sweet. We call these rare days. The sunshine. It's okay for all of you in California and the like. Mind you, you'll all tell me now that you get just as many rained off days as we do, but somehow I don't believe you. But yeah, a little bit more warmth, hot sticky tarmac. That's what we're aiming for. There's that pub. Stopped in there on the previous vlog. But yeah, I think I'm happy with everything we've done so far, and I hope you've enjoyed watching the map build. If there's anything you're not sure of, just message me. I've actually just this morning installed a custom map to 1200 CB for a friend, and she's on this street tuner, and from what I just said earlier, knowing the differences between the two boxes, I had to download the street tuner software and go through the same procedure again to her bike. And after her ride for half an hour with the VCI, with the box in data gathering mode to the VCI, and she come back with a smile on her face and said, you know, hers was 100 times better than what it was on the first ride she did. So, you know, bear this in mind when you do have a stage 1, or you fit a free-flowing air cleaner or exhaust to your own bike, and you do have a super tuner, there is homework you have to do. And from what I gather and what I heard is Harley won't do that. They'll load up your basic map, but to get the best out of your bike, you need to play around with those maps. And from my experiences now, I think everyone really should custom build their own map. Now, if you have an FP3, it's a lot easier to do with a mobile phone app, and they seem to provide a lot more information with various maps for your bike. And if you have a problem, they can customize that map and resend you another one to load. Saves you doing a lot of the work, and I think for most people that one fits the bill. But if you have a bike and you have the Screaming Eagle tuner, if you haven't got the leads, buy the leads. Try and learn a bit from what I've done. Now, to load the map on yourself is absolutely, you know, the easiest thing. Just follow the instructions. Do the road ride, do the record ride. Once you've done that, with anything you put on your bike, if you change your air filter even, run it again, record the data, save the file, and that is your customizing. That is building your own map without going as far as into your air fuel ratio mixtures, front rear cylinders, decel and Lehman mixtures. You don't have to touch all of that. You can get probably, you know, 80% of where you want to be without running on a dyno from doing those small changes yourself. You know, I mean, it's just so much better than what I've had previously and put up with. And I even built the map for having the Cobras, the slip-ons, but she was just not giving the mixture enough to run with the horsepower that you expect. I think you'll only gain about 4 or 5 anyway with an air filter mod, and with slip-ons it's more about the sound with that. But if you want pure power, you need to change your pipes, and most of you will go with the Vance and Hines route. But if you go in any other route, well, it doesn't even matter. If you go in Vance and Hines, if you go in with Two Brothers, if you go in for a Cobra full system, there's so many out there. Remember, it's just worth spending that little time with your bike, and you know, a couple of days you'll have it sorted and have something. You'll create a monster that you're happy with. But anyway, next week in the UK, the big one with Sportster sickness. If you're watching from the UK and you have a sporty, it doesn't matter what model sporty, whether it's a custom build, check us out. We've over 7,000 members in the UK now with Sportster sickness, with various groups nationwide, north, east, south, west, Midlands, all arranging their own rides every week, so you don't have to sit at home polishing your bike and get out and ride it. But next week we're riding Donington Park, only parade lap of course, under martial rule, and that every year we do something with them where all nationwide groups meet up to ride as one. Now, it's Good Friday in the UK next week, as it is everywhere, so we don't know how many numbers wise are going to turn out for that. Last year we had over 700 on Silverstone circuit, so I'll be following that closely. We'll have the GoPro footage of our little group ride down to the event. all the bikes. We'll try and do a few custom vlogs while we're there on other bikes, and we'll have the circuit ride. So well worth a watch, look out for that one. And as well as other things we've got in the pipeline for the future as well. And hopefully the weather will stay right for us as well. The fuel door open on his car. So we're getting back down into the town now, the boring part of the ride. So I think it's time for me to sign off. So, like I said, I hope you've enjoyed the series on the tuning. There will be more on the map builds throughout the year. There's a few other people want some customising done to theirs on custom maps building, so we'll cover that. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I'm trying to get those numbers up. And please put a like on after watching, which again, I really appreciate that, and that'll help me out. Apart from that, see all you guys next time. Alchemy signing out.